There's room in the back of the canopy for anyone wants to move in, please. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll gather into the tent. There's some seats over here if anybody wants to come move into the canopy, please. And then before we begin the service, we ask if you have a cell phone, a picture, if you can turn it to the silent mode. Appreciating is Rabbi Engel, congregation orthodox. So we have some more room on this side of the canopy if everybody wants to. Also, we are the warmer we're going to be. And we're going to ask you just be careful with the camera. We're recording it, so this has to be stay open. We have some chairs right here if anybody wants to have a seat. You have to go through blocking the camera. You can have a seat over there. There's 2 seats.
We gather this afternoon, Rosh Chodesh Kislev, to give a kavod acharon, some element of dignity, to provide for Suzie Zfrani, Zichronah Livracha, Yochevet Bat Ran. As is our minhag, we begin with the words from David HaMelech that King David wrote so many years ago, and that give us comfort even in our time today. It's the 23rd Psalm. Many of you have it probably in the service folder. I'll recite it this afternoon in the original Hebrew. Mizmor David. Adonai ro'i lo echsar, binot deshe yar bitzeni al memenuchot yinhaleni, nafshi yishovev, yancheni v'maglei tzedek leman shemo, gam ki elech begeit sal mavet lo irara, ki ata imadi, shivtecha umishantecha hema yenachamuni, taroch lefanai shulchan, neged tzorerai, dishanta v'shemen roshi kosi revaya, ach tov v'chesed yedefuni ko yemei chayai, v'shavte veit Adonai leorech yamim. As is our minhag, we also recite, when a Jewish woman leaves the world, we recite the words from Sefer Mishlei. And we learned from the Midrash was the words spoken by the first Jewish husband who lost his wife. When Avram Avinu went to bury Sari Imenu, he recited these words as the hesped, as the words of eulogy. And while today we are enjoined from formal eulogies, we can at least recite these traditional words that are so familiar to so many of us at a time, usually when we recite them, of peace and of comfort and of solace on the Shabbat. Today we recite them in tribute to Yochevet Bat Ran and to her beautiful legacy. Eshet Chayil miyimtza v'rachok mipninim michra batach ba lev ba'ala v'shalal lo yechsar gmalatu tov v'lo ra kol yemei chayeha darshat tzemer ufishtim v'ataz b'chefetz kapeha hayeta ko'oniot socher mimerchak tavi lachma v'takom be'od laila v'titen terev leveita v'chok l'narotea zamema sadeh v'tikacheu mipri chapea nate'a karem chogra ve'oz מותניה ותאמץ זרועותיה טעמה כי טוב שכרה לא יכבה בלילה נרה ידיה שילחה וקישור וכפיה תמכו פלך כפה פרסה לעני וידיה שילחה לאביון לא תירא לביתה משלג כי כל ביתה לבוש שנים מה רבדים עשתה לה שש וארגמן לבושה נודע בשערים בעלה בשבתו עם זקני ארץ סדין עשתה ותמכור וחגור נתנה לכנעני עוז והדר לבושה ותשחק ליום אחרון פיה פותחה וחוכמה ותורת חסד על לשונה צופיה הליכות ביתה ולחם עצלות לא תאכל קמו בניה וישרוה בעלה וההללה רבות בנות עשו חיל ואת עלית על כולנה שקר החן והבל היופי אישה יראת אדוני היא תתהלל תנולה מפרי ידיה ויהללוה בשערים מעשיה. Well, it is a day of Rosh Chodesh, means the beginning of the new Jewish month, and traditionally we don't offer words of hesped, of eulogy. We do have some words of tribute, and not all the family members are able to join us. So before we hear from some family members who are here, we have family members who are joining us via the live stream, who sent in some words of tribute, and they've asked me to present that today. Susie's cousins, Corinne, Ron, Evan, and Shannon, offer the following remarks. Our family loved her with all our hearts. Suzie was so compassionate, so much of a joyful person, a spiritual and loving and smart woman. We will always cherish our moments that we giggled like kids together. That started in childhood. She had a way, and of course, the sound of her laugh made us so happy. Chana Koren, Suzie's older sister from Eretz Yisrael, was not able to make it in time for the levaya, for the funeral, and she sent some brief remarks today. Due to Rosh Chodesh is briefer than it would have otherwise been. She asked me to present it this afternoon. Chana writes, Suzie, my little sister, growing up close in age, we couldn't have been more different from each other. You were outgoing, fun-loving, and party-going. You had a wide circle of friends, and nothing could prevent you from enjoying yourself, living life at its fullest. You were always there for me when times got tough, providing me with your words of wisdom and helping to overcome the difficult times. My kids all loved you so much, no matter the distance that separated between everyone, and have begun to reminisce of childhood memories in which you were an integral part. You have left a great hole in our hearts and a void so great for Emily and Meir that it will be difficult to overcome. However, as you always said, even in your darkest times, live life to the fullest and do what's right for you. You will always be in our hearts and minds. You are already missed. Nuchi b'shalom amishkavech achoti aktana. Rest in peace, my little sister. We will hear some words of tribute this afternoon from members of the family. Suzie's Aunt Margie will say a few words, and then her brother Stephen, and then we'll hear from Emily and from Meir. So I ask each of you to come up one after the other to say a few words.
Hi, I'm known as Auntie Margie. Suzie and I grew up together, and I even remember walking to school with Suzie Elementary School with Rhonda and Suzie with my mom. Although this is so incredibly sad, and I really am having a hard time believing this, I remember Suzie as vibrant, as funny as hell, and people calling Suzie and I our laughter in stereo, because you couldn't tell who was laughing and who was not laughing. Suzie would find humor in so many things, and I'll keep this short. One Halloween, Suzie lived in an apartment with Meir. They were married. We went to the store to get Halloween candy for the kids, and we bought a lot. And, you know, it's like, where's Meir? He was in the vegetable section. He had a taste for radishes. So here's Suzie. And I have to share with you, not one trick-or-treater showed up, but not a problem. We were able to take care of the candy stash. So that's just one of so many stories with Suzie. And it was just so much fun to be her best friend and auntie. And I'm just so sorry this happened. Peace be with everybody. Thank you.
When Suzie was first diagnosed about a year and a half ago, she shared with me a phone call a discussion she had had with her mother. This was more than 2 decades ago. Fortunately, she herself had the misfortune of being diagnosed with a serious illness. She was terminal. She didn't have much time remaining. And my mother's lament is that she didn't have an opportunity. She had no course of treatment. She saw her own mortality. If she had been afflicted with some type of malady where there was some option to pursue, it would give her some grain of hope, something to look forward to. My sister kept that in mind for all these years, and when she equally had the misfortune of being diagnosed as she was last year, she found fortune in the advice of her treating physicians that she did have options available. It was going to be an arduous path for her to follow. There was no guarantees, but it was an opportunity. It was a possibility of extending her life. It was a possibility of defeating the disease. With that in mind, she pursued every avenue that was available to her. I couldn't tell you how many rounds of chemotherapy or trial medications she received, or the number of hospitalizations she had. The past 18 months, she probably spent the better part of 6 months in a hospital bed. But she was never negative. She was always positive. She was always optimistic. She was always confident in her medical providers. Even when I spoke to her for the last time last week, she sounded frail, but kept up the discussion for more than an hour. She had nothing but positive things to say even at that time. Certainly was not expected that within a few days her life would be lost. She enjoyed her life. She loved her family. She was willing to do whatever was necessary to keep on living. If you want to honor her memory, my advice is that when you leave here today, go hug a loved one. Go see that movie you've read about. Have an agreeable meal. Do something enjoyable. My sister had the opportunity, believe me, she would have done whatever was possible to have that same opportunity today.
Oh God. Okay. I don't really. Yeah, this is. I mean, everybody who knows me knows that I was like obsessed with my mom. I thought she was like the best person ever, my best friend. She's the funniest person I know, the most charismatic person I know. I feel like everybody she could connect with, she was just so easy to connect with. Like, yeah, I don't know, like her warmth, her humor, her empathy. She gave me so much love. And we would like fight over who loves who more. And when I was a little girl, I told her, Mommy, like I'm scared to have kids. And she would tell me why. I said, 'cause like I can't imagine loving anybody more than I love you. And I know I have to love my kids. And she's like, don't worry, honey, you will. Like you're gonna love them even more than me. And I was like, no, not possible. I can't imagine loving anybody more than I love my mom. I can't believe she's gone. I can't believe I have to bury my mom at 26. I don't know, there's so much I wrote. Yeah. I'm a deer in headlights right now, so you guys all knew her, most of you knew her, and you just, you know, she lit up a room, and like what my uncle said, I think the best thing you can do is laugh. To honor her memory is laugh, enjoy life. That's all she wanted. Even when she was at her sickest, I would be like, oh Mom, like I have this event or I have something, like I'm not going because you're not well. And she'd be like, no, like I'm gonna feel more unwell if you don't go, like go. She would always want me to go live my life and have fun and enjoy. So I know it's gonna take a while to feel normal. I don't think I'll ever feel fully normal. I think a part of me will always be gone. She'll always be my best friend, and I'll miss her so much. And I love you forever, Mom. Yeah, okay.
סוזי, את בעולם האמת ואנחנו בעולם השקר. תרחמי עלינו, תרחמי על הבת שלך, על בעלך. Suzie, she is a person lovely with everybody. She never say anyone things wrong. She is simple. I go with her to the store. She always tell me, not this, what do you want this? She want only the really something simple. She live a simple life. And unbelievable. A year and a half I take care of her. She told my daughter, she said, if I have love in this world, only for Meir. He took care of me for 24 hours a day, anytime. And Suzie, I want to tell you something. Don't forget it. You there. We love you. We love you. We love you forever, forever, forever. You're my life. I remember before they put the pipe on her, we give kiss to each other, we bless each other and everything. I don't know it's gonna happen like this. You know, her heart stopped after 3-4 hours. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad I'm there, and I give her the hug and kiss and bless. Only her and me. The doctor, 20 doctor and nurses told me, get up from here. I say, you get up. I'm staying here. You don't tell me what to do. And this is what's happened. And God bless all of you coming.
In closing, I'll just add a couple of words of my own to similarly express my shock at this loss. And you'd wonder, how could it be a shock? I mean, Suzie struggled mightily for an extended period of time. We last spoke on Thursday. I spoke with her briefly on the phone and with Meir. And I would always remind them, we've been talking about Suzie in the synagogue every day since this all began. And even on Sunday morning, yesterday morning, Rosh Chodesh, we said Mishaberach Lecholim. So we always did. We didn't realize, obviously, what the news was. In fact, Meir was calling me, but I was in the middle of the tefillah. I didn't hear it. Suzie was born on the 23rd of January in 1960 to her parents, Ron, and I don't know her mother's name in English. What did she go by? Eleanor. I asked her Rivka. Okay. That's the name we knew. That's the name we always said every day. We extend our condolences to Stephen Shamberg, Chana and Ilan Koren, of course to Emily, the extended family who are here and who are joining us on the live stream. The Torah portion that we'll read this coming week is a story about journeys. At the end of the parasha, we learn V'Yaakov halach darko va'ifgeu vo malachei Elohim. And Yaakov went on his way, and he encountered the angels of God. Vayomer Yaakov karsher am machanei Elohim zeh va'yikra shem makom hahu machanayim. When Yaakov saw the angels, he said, "This is the encampment of Hashem," and he called the place Machanayim, meaning two camps. In the Sefer Mayana Shel Torah, quoting the name of the Sefer Bina Le'itim, it notes there are two kinds of angels in this world. The first kind are the angels that God made when He created the world. According to our tradition, there are angels in the world, metaphysical creations of the Almighty, and they were created when Hashem made the world. There's a second kind of angel, and those are the angels that are created thanks to the mitzvot and the good deeds that we perform. As our sages teach, ha'oseh mitzvah achat koneh lo praklit echad. A person who does even one mitzvah will create for themselves an advocate. And now, as Yaakov is coming back, he's coming home from being away from home. He comes back home to a place of rest. He meets the Malachei Elokim, the angels that God created at the beginning of creation, to be able to escort him. And so the angels of good deeds meet the angels that were from the beginning of creation. And that's Machanayim. Machanayim is at that crossroads. We all are at that crossroads now, and we engage in the levaya, the escorting of Suzie Zfrani on her journey to the next world, as Meir mentioned, to the Olam Ha'emet, to the world of truth. Meir and Suzie were married on the 17th of August in 1986. They dated for 3 years. And I didn't know them really for most of those years, obviously. But I do know we missed Meir very much in the shul in the last year and a half. We really did. And many of us tried to call him, please come to shul, please come join us, come pray a little bit, come be with us, we love you. He's not leaving. He's not going to leave Suzie for a minute. I happened to be in the house yesterday when the phone rang, and a doctor, the main doctor, in fact, and Meir described to me, the doctor of 20 doctors, called the house. And I happened to be privy to the conversation. It was on speakerphone. I felt I was eavesdropping, but what could I do? I was sitting in the room with Meir. I knew what the doctor was going to say. Everybody already knows what the doctor was going to say to Meir. After expressing sorrow at the loss of Suzie Zfrani livracha, he said to Meir, "You belong in the Caregiver Hall of Fame. The Caregiver Hall of Fame. You did more than most, and you took the most unbelievable and amazing care of her all this time." So that's what it means. That's what it means to be the malachim of mitzvot and maasim tovim. And I've learned great lessons just from this period of time now, in all of the sadness of a wonderful family that unfortunately experiences such terrible heartache at the loss of such a wonderful person. And at the same time, such an ardor and an abiding love that was expressed and exuded by family members, and especially at the core of it all, Meir, the driving, the going, the coming, the advocating, the not leaving her side, not for a minute, and being shomer on her, even when we wanted to come visit. No visits, there's going to be germs, it's not going to be good for her. And this too is part of it's a sad moment, but it's part of a certain legacy. And the legacy is unfortunately, we lost Suzie exactly at the onset of the holiday that comes in the darkness of the year. The day is shortest. It's getting even shorter and shorter. And as we go down farther and farther into that period of darkness, we have something that lights up. Me'ir. Le'ha'ir is to illuminate something. And we'll come to a holiday where we will light lights. And on the day of Rosh Chodesh is also a day of a little bit of illumination. We're all very sorry at this outcome, but I hope we'll be able to feel, exactly as Stephen said, as Margie pointed out, you heard from Emily, Meir, this was a person who was so vivacious and who was so beloved. And with God's help, we'll carry that legacy forward and to bring a certain illumination, and maybe to also make some of those angels ourselves through our mitzvot and our good deeds. Tehei nishmata shel Yocheved bat Ran tzura b'tzura chayim. May the soul of Suzie Zfrani be bound up in the bound of everlasting life. As today is Rosh Chodesh, we do not recite the Kel Maleh. We don't need to. It's according to our tradition. So we will proceed presently with the burial. Our custom for the burial, while the casket is being lowered, the mourners who will be sitting shiva will be offered the opportunity to tear kriya of their clothing and the rending of garments, and then we'll have the burial itself. We don't consign it to anybody else. We try to participate to help ourselves with the process. If you feel up to it, when the time is right, those who are working here with Shalom Memorial Park and with Chicago Jewish Funerals will direct us to try to participate in that.
Margie's going to help you, actually. I didn't talk to you before. I didn't comfortable to tell you the shirt, just the shirt, not the suit jacket, just the shirt. Underneath the back. Yeah. Do the shirt. It's either the shirt and the jacket or just the shirt. The jacket. Okay, so give me 1 second. I'm going to give it to Margie. I got you. Yeah, get it. Not you. I want you to help her. Only the same shirt. Okay, can you help us? So you're going to do on the left-hand side. What's on the left-hand side of the ground? So it's on this side over here. Yeah, exactly. You just hold on. Don't start more. Don't hold on. Wait. Just let the blessing together. True. Yeah. So, right side. Tell you to say a blessing. I've been terrible. צריכים לברך. אני פותח. חכה רגע. אני פותח. חותך. אבל אל תעשה את הקריאה עדיין. אנחנו נברך ביחד. בסדר? אחר כך תעשה את הקריאה. בסדר? תחזיק עם היד כאן. Grab with your hand. Hold it. תחזיק. This isn't good. You're holding it. And you hold it. Let's say the bracha together. So in Judaism we say brachot, we say blessings and good times, but if God forbid the opposite, we also say blessings. The blessing today is acknowledging that we don't understand God's ways. So we say, God, you're the judge of truth. Whatever you say, that's what's going to be. And we're not happy, but we accept the sadness. So we say the blessing together. We're going to say together. We tear down emotion. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam dayan ha'emet. Good. Tear it down emotion. It's going to be hard. Yeah, no, good. Just might as well yank it down. So you make it tear. Done. Good. That's it.
We have many mitzvot in Judaism, and some are very hard mitzvot. It's a mitzvah to be here together. For those who are able and willing to participate, you're welcome to do so. If you don't have to, if you don't feel up to it, and we take care of the burial as much as we can on our own, and we allow the neshama to go on its journey to the Olam.
You can approach either side. Use the pill, or you can use the.
So we don't hand the shovel to the next person. You leave it back in the earth after you finish with it.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can go from either side of the mound. Please watch your step as you approach the grave, as the ground next to the grave is still soft and uneven.
Opportunity to use the shovel to assist with the Torah. Please go back inside. We're going to conclude the service in a few minutes.
I don't wish anybody. They took care of her in Chicago University.
Excuse us, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, for those who are participating, you come back into the canopy.
I don't even look at I had a Burma. He's sick here. Oh, very. Oh, look what they always talking about wonderful person. Always she talking about you nice. Always very unbelievable. And you know what's happened years ago, the people change. How you feel?
She blocked the camera, so
You have a wonderful. Yes.
In a couple of moments, the rabbi will finish with the Kaddish. The family is going to be sitting Shiva at 8728 Schrumbel, where they'll be there this evening and through Sunday morning. Family requests visitors between 7:30 and 9 a.m. and 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. And Shacharis every morning, 6:30 a.m. and then Sunday at 8 a.m. and then Mincha Marv at 4:05 p.m. at the Shiva House on Schrumbel.
This is sick people. Go to see people where they go. Other people doesn't know.
Conclude with a chapter of the Tehillim. This chapter of Tehillim, the 16th chapter. And then the recitation of the Kaddish, which you can find on the back of the service folder. On the back is the Kaddish. Because Rosh Chodesh, this is the Kaddish that we recite today. And we'll ask the mourners, as soon as I finish the Kaddish, the mourners will rise. And those who are able to say the Kaddish are invited to do so. Nichtam David, Shomreini El ki chasiti vach, Amart l'Adonai, Adonai ata, Tovati bal alecha, Likdoshim asher ba'aretz hema, Va'adirei kol chefzivam, Yirbu atzvotam acher maharu, Bal asich niskeya midam, Uval esa et shmotam al sfatai, Adonai menat chelki v'chosi, אתה תומך גורלי, חבלים נפלו לי בנעימים, אף נחלת שפרה עלי. אברך את אדוני אשר יעצני, אף לילות יסרוני חיליותי. שיוויתי אדוני לנגדי תמיד, כי מימיני בל אמות. לכן שמח ליבי ויגל כבודי. אף בשרי ישכון לבטח, כי לא תעזוב נפשי לשאול, לא תיתן חסידך לראות שחת. תודיעני אורח חיים סובה שמחות את פניך, נעימות בימינך נצח.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה. והרבה תברך מלכותי והמלך מלכותי בחיי כל ומכל חיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה בזמן קריב אמרו אמן. שמי רבה מברך לעולם עולמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה ברכו, אלא מכל ברכתה ושירתה תשבחתה ונחמתה דם ברמה ואמרו אמן. ישלמה רבה מן שמיה וחיים עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומה והוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ואמרו אמן.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the service. We're going to form an aisleway for friends and extended family that will walk through, and the immediate mourners will walk through, and we offer them the traditional words of condolences. So we can have friends and extended family form an aisleway. See my wife's in a break. Two rows are facing each other.
When you go in the house, they give you the bread, the bagel, the egg.
Come this way over here.
We talked about. Okay, I'm gonna come 4 or 5. As soon as you have mincha, I'll be back. Okay, so everyone's gonna line up, and then when you walk through, they're gonna offer you the condolences of the hamakim and not the condolences of the loss.
Yeah, sure. At least if you don't eat what they're gonna like for food, you're gonna eat now.
Wait here a little bit. Everybody else make the row.
We're going to move down a little so the more people can form an aisleway.
Hey, look who's here. Already I got confused.
Okay, wait. You're gonna wait over here.
You got that? That's gonna fall. That's gonna fall. The battery's on yours.
Come, Emily, come.
Wait. No, רגע, יש עוד כמה אנשים, אז wait till they stand in the row.
So we turn one last time to the kever. We say to Yocheved Bat Ran, Lechi b'shalom, v'tanuchi b'shalom, v'tamdi l'goralech l'ketzei amin. Go in peace and rest in peace, and arise to your destiny at the end of days. We turn our focus now to the mourners. The mourners pass. We offer the traditional greeting of condolence and consolation that God should comfort them among the mourners of Zion and Jerusalem. And as you pass through, they're going to offer the condolences, and you're going to go straight to the house, okay? Hamakim Yinachem Etchem B'toch Sha'ar Ve'eretzim V'Yerushalayim. Hamakim Yinachem Etchem B'toch Sha'ar Ve'eretzim V'Yerushalayim. Amakim Yenachem Etchem B'toch Sha'ar Avei Tzion V'Yerushalayim.
Break the aisle away, we just go back to our vehicles and we'll go back to the Shamberg house.